is everybody doing today? Happy New Year's Eve. I am here, streaming, hanging out. Probably gonna do some YouTube stuffs today. Might play Fallout later, maybe play Bloodlines later. I'm not sure. I wanted to watch the new Criminal YouTube, the JCS video today, but I also have a Sunny V2 video that I was curious to watch, and I figured, why don't I start stream early and we can watch it together? To be fair, I don't know who's going to be available on New Year's Eve. Hopefully there's some people that are hanging out home alone just like me. But if not, that's okay too. I expect most people are probably out interacting with humans, partying. I heard that there's a new COVID variant, speaking of hanging out with people, that is causing like 40% of like hospitalizations right now. And they're starting to advocate that we should all be wearing our masks again. That's what I found out. Hyped for that one.
For bankruptcy.
Oh, also, is my mic? Yes, my mic is good. Alright, perfect. Not sloppy today. Anyway, yeah, this one's about rappers who went broke, which I've always found to be like super interesting. I always like, I don't know, the idea of people getting so much money just to be so done with it blows my mind.
50 Cent was spending $108,000
Also, let me know if the audio is like off the chain.
per month to rent an 18.
The audio don't seem too bad. It seems fine. It seems alright. Dance! Hello, Dance. How are you? Hopefully you're doing good. You got any plans for... Yeah, you got any plans for tonight, or is it already kind of late? I always forget our time differences.
Mansion, while T-Pain's bankruptcy was so brutal that by the end of it, he had to borrow money just to buy Burger King.
We love that for him.
However, let's begin by talking about DMX, who had to file for bankruptcy on 3 separate occasions as he couldn't
My guy.
You see,
also, how'd your Christmas go? How'd interacting with the family go? Hopefully not as, well, if it was awkward, at least hopefully it was entertaining, you know? I'm watching Twitch with the night sky and some whiskey and coke. You know what? That's a great way to start the year, though. It's a, you know...
See, DMX had 17...
We love that. We love that. I mean, hell, we're kind of... I don't got any alcohol, but, I might drink a little sparkling grape juice later.
Children with 11 different women, and almost every child resulted in some kind of lawsuit or child support.
Oh, DMX, my guy. Yeah, see... That's why you don't have 17 kids.
Requirement. For example, DMX was sued
Just
for
a thought.
$1.5 million worth of child support in 2008 after a genetic test confirmed that he was the father of a previously unclaimed baby,
Oof.
which when combined with his declining music career, resulted in his first bankruptcy filing.
Oh, I made the worst recipes of Jamie Oliver for every single family event. I went petty and toxic to the max. Oh, that reminds me, Dance. I was looking up some, I was finding, like, the worst fucking recipes on YouTube. Like, horrible. Like, really just, like, cesspool. Like, why did you put half a jar of mayo into your pasta? Type of, like, bad YouTube cooking. And I was probably gonna go down that rabbit hole tonight, too. Just because I was... It's just too good. It's just so impressive. It's just... And I like that people are like... This is good enough to post on here. You know what? Somebody's gonna love this recipe, for sure.
4 years later, in 2012, DMX was sued by a different ex-partner for a further $1 million worth of child support, and a year after this lawsuit, he'd file for bankruptcy a second time. His third bankruptcy would occur in 2016, during which it would be discovered that DMX had racked up a further $1.7 million worth of unpaid child and family support, which accompanied $950,000 in bank debt and $1.7 million worth of tax debt. Since he had $0 in his bank account, DMX was sentenced to 6 months in prison for the child support, a further year in prison for
Ooh, DMX, my guy. Use the right amount, not the white amount. 2 or 3 teaspoons of spices for major ingredients and a small spoon of spices for minor ingredients. Okay. Yeah. I like that phrasing. I like that. That's good. That's good. Okay, alright, I see.
And was also ordered to pay the government $2.29 million in restitution.
Oh, homie, come on.
After he was released from his
You should have bought a house or something.
However, DMX never had the chance to pay the amount back in full, as he died in April 2021.
Wait, DMX is dead? What? What? I didn't know that. I'm sorry, DMX. Don't fuck with the IRS. Messi and Shakira might both go to jail for tax evasion in Spain. Ooh. It's true. It's true, especially when you're making that much money too, right? It can't be hard to just be like, deal with it and give it to an accountant. Like, oh god.
Despite his extensive family tree, DMX never wrote a will.
Well, to be fair, with being millions of dollars in debt, why would you write a will? What is he gonna give it to?
That his family was still involved in money-related legal battles even after he was dead and buried. Tiger was certain—
Really? What the? Wow, good job. You die and you leave people with burdens. What the fuck? You heard DMX is dead? No, no. I feel like I would have been really bummed about that. That would have sucked. No, I didn't know he died. Probably because he died during the pandemic, and I feel like for the first chunk of the pandemic, everything was just a fucking blur.
His child support payments, although he definitely had a weakness when it came—
Okay, I feel like this whole video is going to be rappers who birthed out way too many kids, and now they need to make a fortune minimally in order to pay it all off. Like, what? Just stop.
Came to luxury
Just stop.
spending. After cultivating his career as a successful rapper, Tiger's name—
Isn't Tiger on OnlyFans, or is that just me?
$200,000
I don't think maybe I'm
girlfriend,
thinking of someone else.
$480,000 behind in rental payments on a luxury Malibu home. As a result, Tiger was sued by his landlord, although he'd failed to show up to court as he was on holiday in Turks and Caicos. Yet this situation wasn't the only example of Tiger spending big in—
Hello, LMFAO, Nick Cannon is on there? I mean, shit, he was technically a rapper, wasn't he? Wait, are you saying Nick Cannon's on OnlyFans too? You know, I mean, if you get the bag.
While being financially behind in another. For example, in 2016, while shopping for a new Bentley, Tiger's Ferrari 458 was repossessed in the parking lot, as Tiger hadn't been paying for the loan. Despite this, Tiger would go on to purchase another Mercedes Maybach, as well as a Land Rover, a Rolls-Royce Ghost, and a Rolls-Royce Cullinan, all of which were repossessed for non-payment.
Do you need OF content to pay child support for 12 kids? I can't believe DMX has 17 kids. Holy shit. They really were like, damn, if I'm gonna make all this money, I guess I'll just single-handedly repopulate the planet, too. Oh, no.
In addition to this, Tiger was sued by a second landlord for $181,000 after once again missing rental payments in 2016.
Just buy a house.
By a third property-related lawsuit in 2020.
I guess he probably would be like, doesn't pay mortgage.
$200,000 in damages and unpaid rent on
dog, what?
Property. It was then revealed that Tiger was being court-ordered to pay for $200,000 worth of unpaid jewelry, which accompanied the accusation by his ex-girlfriend Black China that he'd been missing child support payments. And just to add a cherry on top of the cake, while all of this was going down,
how can he make so much money and be such a dumbass?
Worth of tax debt to the government. Despite all of this, Tiger is still seen flexing a lavish life on social media, which is a luxury unavailable to rap producer Scott Storch, who blew through $70 million in less than 3 years. Scott had earned this money by producing for some of the biggest names in music.
Oh my god. A lot of new money rich left to bust without protection. The money hungry people are happy to. I mean, get a vasectomy. Just get a vasectomy. It's not that hard. I mean, come on. It would have.
Including.
You would think, right? You would think.
Kanye West, Dr.
I mean, shit. I've even heard crazy shit where they make people like fucking sign forms. like if you get knocked up, you have to get rid of it type like weird forms.
Jay-Z. Yet Scott Storch's insane net worth began to diminish after he purchased an insane supercar collection,
30 cars, including Bugattis and Ferraris and all that kind of stuff,
as well as a $10.5 million mansion where he housed more than 20 staff, including a boat captain, just in case he wanted to go out on his yacht.
So the captain was on full-time staff?
Yeah.
In case
Why?
you want to take the boat out.
Yeah.
And the boat was how many bedrooms?
7.
Why?
7-bedroom boat worth about how much?
20 million.
Why?
20 million.
Scott went on to
Half of his fucking money was literally a boat and a house.
explain just how much this lifestyle was costing him.
Huh?
Monthly overhead for my household employees was somewhere in the neighborhood.
Don't tell them that you flex with fake money. Never pay for anything to make shoutouts and promotion. Otherwise, you will just bleed money to maintain an image. I mean, holy shit. I don't feel like it. I mean, just get like props in movies. They make super realistic fucking like money that you can buy for like nothing and have like big fucking wads of cash. Holy shit. Just rent the car. Just rent it.
$1 million a month I was spending.
And that if he continued to work, there wouldn't have been any problems, although this isn't what he would do.
It went from me working and delivering to doing drugs and not going to the studio.
I just stopped working, and then I got depressed and jaded.
As mentioned, Scott stopped making music
Fire everyone
and instead
then.
began to get addicted to the nightlife in Miami. And with no money coming in plus $1 million a month going out, it was only going to be so long before Scott hit zero. By 2009, just 3 years after having a net worth of $70 million, Scott had filed for bankruptcy. 6 years later, Scott would file for bankruptcy a second time, claiming to have a grand total of $3,600 of assets to his name, $100 in cash, $500 in clothing, and a $3,000 watch. Most shocking, his music companies are valued at $0, and in 2014 he made a grand total
Holy
of
shit.
10,000.
30 million 30 million in 6 months due to drugs? Yachts are fucking expensive. Renting one can cost at least $1 million a year, plus up to 10,000 the yacht value and maintenance. I mean, to be honest with you, I don't get boating. But also it sounded like he was like, I just had a yacht to have a yacht. And then I paid a crew full-time to just sit around in case I wanted to use my yacht, maybe. What? I got an idea, dog. Don't buy a yacht. Just... Why? Why?
Fat Joe was one of the only rappers to keep their friendship with Scott,
Especially, like, dude, if you want to do drugs, party at night...
possibly because
Maybe not
Fat Joe
boating.
went through a similar situation himself.
Nope.
Fat Joe had earned $1.18 million in 2007,
Okay.
$1.28 million in 2008,
Those are good numbers.
$265,000 in 2009,
That's still good.
and $630,000 in 2010. However, despite having made this $3.3 million
okay.
in only 4 years, Fat Joe failed to pay taxes on it. He was able to come up with $718,000 and had also done extensive charity work. However, this wasn't enough to satisfy the judge, who sentenced Fat Joe to 4 months in prison.
Oh, I mean, 4 months ain't bad.
Despite taking personal
4 months isn't too bad.
responsibility for his
I get boating, but you need to be a billionaire to afford a 50-foot yacht. I think of the appeal of a yacht to people with no passion for the high sea. I'd be doing drugs and hookers on the high seas. I mean, that's true. Yeah, maybe just like a smaller boat. But also, if you really want to go boating, you're telling me that he doesn't know a single other person that has a boat to party on? It seems like a thing to buy just to buy. But then again, why the fuck do you need 30 cars? I don't know.
actions by stating, there was a
Just
lot
to look
going on
at, I
in the years
guess.
that I didn't file my taxes, but it was my responsibility. Less than 4 years later,
That's fair.
Fat Joe entered news headlines again after the IRS revealed that he still owed them
No,
1.1 million
not
in
Fat
taxes.
Joe. Come
However, this number was
on.
absolutely nothing in comparison to Fat Joe's friend Lil Kim, who
Oh no. Oh my, holy shit. Oh my god, she looks so
however,
different
this
between
number
these
was
two pictures.
absolutely nothing in comparison.
Yeah, that's crazy how different little Kim looks. Someone else has the right to take photos and videos on the high scenes restricted to blackmail.
Fat Joe's friend Lil Kim, who owed almost 4 times more.
Maybe it'll take. Maybe I just have to be like disgustingly rich to really understand. You know. Unspoken. Hello, hello. How's it going? You got any plans for the New
To
Year's?
file for bankruptcy. Lil' Kim wasn't nearly
Too poor to file for bankruptcy? That sucks,
and became,
dude.
quote,
But how can you be too poor to file for bankruptcy but still have enough cash to redo your entire face? I don't understand.
For bankruptcy. Lil' Kim wasn't nearly as successful.
It's because I'm poor, that's why. I don't get it. That's why.
Featured on this list. However, this
at least
didn't
compared
stop
to
her
these
from purchasing
people.
a $2.3 million mansion back in 2002, notably with the help of a mortgage. Throughout the 2000s, Kim's
At least she
music
bought a
career
house.
slowed dramatically, and by 2018,
Honestly, and not a crazy house. Pretty reasonable. I don't have any plans. Are you doing anything? You're looking at it unspoken. This is what I'm doing today. Hanging out at the house. I'm here by myself tonight. I don't know. Maybe I'll get a little crazy and drink some sparkling grape juice. But that's my New Year's. I could do drugs and hookers on my boat, plus sue you and anyone using content made on my yacht without authorization. Dance. What the fuck? Okay, well, what if he just makes like a deal with his friends? He's like, hey dog, I'll buy the drinks tonight if I can get some footage, you know? Like we're homies, not you're gonna sue me. Like we're bros, you know? We're bros. I'll buy this. Could I get some shots? It's cool, you know? But damn.
Kim was filing.
To be fair, he did spend $30 million in 6 months on drugs alone, so the producer had some other issues.
As she still owed the full $2 million on her property, despite the 16 years that had passed.
How? She just kept going against it? Like she just kept taking out against her own house?
$1.85 million to the government for 13 years worth of unpaid taxes, which accompanied a further $185,000 in unpaid legal fees.
Oh my god. Can I come on your boat, right? Yeah.
Bankruptcy became even worse after discovering that by 2018, Kim was earning a comparatively small $18,000 per month.
I mean, she's still making good money. Okay, what is that? What is that per year? 18,286. 18,286. I mean, shoot, if she's still making close to $250,000 a year. If you wanted to be like she could probably put half her income towards her house and would be fine. I guess that's the like logic though, right? A couple of Indian businessmen recorded themselves killing pirates. Okay, all right. The smelly close in the hole went out on the windows because they didn't have permission from the boat owner. They made millions with DMC strikes on anyone who posted the images. Oh, interesting. Damn. But also, yeah. Okay.
Month, of which $2,000
I'm surprised they can even really spread like murder stuff.
Clothing and
even spread that, yeah.
into travel fees.
What? 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 Imagine spending half of my money just on traveling.
$4,000 per month to dig herself out of $4 million worth of debt. Somehow Lil' Kim managed to quote get her finances into good shape, and her bankruptcy filing was dismissed.
God
However,
damn.
MC Hammer wasn't quite.
Oh, MC, oh no. Looking at this makes me feel poor. Makes me feel furious. Well, it's kind of one of those things though, right? Where it's like, it doesn't really matter how much you make. It kind of just depends on how much you spend. So somebody could make $1 million a year, but if they're spending like $1.5 million per year, then theoretically they're still more broke than you, right?
So lucky. Despite having the 5th best-selling hip-hop album of all time, which sold 17 million
that
copies
cover,
and featured
dude.
songs such as You Can't Touch This,
The
MC
only
Hammer
hit
was
I
able to
know
stay
of.
out of financial trouble. He bought more than 17 luxury.
Okay, their first issue. What the fuck am I looking at? 21 racehorses? Okay, you have millions of dollars. Don't buy that. What? Now you can choose to spend less. You can't just choose to make more. I mean, I guess so. That's kind of like the argument of like, pull yourself up by the bootstraps, right? But I guess I more meant it in like the meaning of some people are just fucking crazy about their money, you know what I mean? Somebody might make a little bit more than you, but if they're just fucking like they have chronic shopping addictions, then they probably aren't gonna be as well off, you know? You know what I'm saying? Like 17 luxury cars? I don't know, fuck. Buy some properties or something. Get some investments, dude. True, yeah.
Private jet, 2
Like a private jet? Why? Helicopters? Why?
and 21
Racehorses? Why? What the? Like, buy 2 luxury cars. Buy, I don't know, why do you need a jet and 2 helicopters? Why 2 helicopters? You gonna be on both of them?
horses. Some of the horses were valued at around 1 million.
Like, shoot, I mean, I'd at least buy some, like properties or something. I'd make sure I have, like, a nice house, a nice car. I don't know, take a chunk of it for, like, I don't know, I fucked up bad. I have some, like, at least, like, a savings, like, makes you more like yourself. A lot of people are dicks, and a lot of people have no impulse control when they were broke. The wall was hard with the wealth. The wall is, that's fair. That's very fair. I mean, of course, like, you're gonna spend more. I mean, maybe it's because I've never had an interest in, like, that kind of excess, but, like, god damn. Especially when it comes to, like, yachts, luxury cars, helicopters, and jets. What do I do with that? Like, huh?
Most of his expenses, however, were on his home. He bought a property in Fremont, California for $12 million and spent another $30 million on renovations to turn it into his dream home.
Okay, see, this, I'll say fine, fair enough. Make your dream house. That's a decent investment, I would say. Like, get your dream house, make sure you have some passive income. That's all cool and dandy.
He added a bowling alley, basketball court, baseball field, recording studio, movie theater, 17-car garage, tennis courts, and 2 swimming pools to the 40,000 square foot mansion. One of the pools was shaped like his signature baggy pants that came to be known as hammer pants.
I take it back. I take it back. What? What the fuck? Huh? I love it that everybody always puts a fucking tennis court in. And then they are like, I don't play tennis. Quite frankly, I don't know anybody who plays tennis. I play tennis. I don't think I've met anybody else that really plays tennis, though. It's like a weird thing. Recording studio? Okay. Movie theater? Fine. 17-car garage? Alright, you're pushing it now. It's a little much.
Several marble statues of himself throughout.
I kind of love that. I kind of actually like that, though. Had to go through several agents and 4 wives before his wife encouraged him to go back to acting to clean up debts while keeping his head cool. Bad entourage and people with financial interest won't give you good. That's very true. You're very right. Especially when you surround yourself with people that just want to suck you dry. Usually that's why I feel like people that are like, don't waste your money on that. Or like if you offer to like buy them something and say, no, that's okay. They're probably, hopefully, decent.
The property and installed a gold hot tub in his bedroom. And to keep everything running smoothly, he employed a staff of nearly 200 people on the property, which
brought fucking castles and entire dinosaurs. I would slap my homie for less. He bought a dinosaur? Why? Why? Just to say I own a dinosaur? Castles. Fucking castles. Oh my god. Also, 200 people? That's a fucking mini business. That shouldn't require you to run your life.
cost him an estimated $500,000 a month. Unsurprisingly, less than 5 years later, MC Hammer had filed for bankruptcy, at which point it would be revealed that he had an only...
Like, holy hell. Like, I don't know. What if you just have staff for, like, security? Fucking, like, cleaning. Castles, yeah. Castle sounds pretty sweet. This is just insane. 200 people? Too much stuff. They just got too much stuff. Iron Hand. Hello, hello, Iron Hand. How are you? You got any plans tonight?
He spent his entire $70 million fortune, but had also taken on a further $13 million in loans, which had been borrowed from over 200 different lending institutions. Despite having spent
Why'd he do it? There are more dinosaur bones than dinosaur museums. The rich people started to buy dinosaurs for their home. You know, shit, would I buy a dino? I'd buy a pterodactyl. Fuck it. If I had, like, stupid money, I might buy a pterodactyl. Why the hell not? Just cause. I guess, yeah, right? When you get stupid money, it's like, well, what else do I want to buy? I don't know.
Total of 42 million on his
A piece of art? Shit, so I can tell people that I spent $500,000 on a piece of art? I guess.
dream home. The
Imagine how many people you could feed with that.
property race
Holy
for
hell.
only 6.5 million. However, if we're on the topic of expensive
Oof, it would be sick to have a tennis court though.
homes being repossessed by the bank, we need to talk about Birdman, who's ranked as the 15th richest rapper in the world with a net
Okay. Yeah, Eminem. Hell yeah.
worth of $110 million.
Okay.
But this is what makes Birdman's story unique.
No plan, just woke up from a nap even without kids. I woke up at 5:45 a.m. Oh no. Well, it sounds like you woke up too early if you needed a nap then. It sounds like your habitual wake up time was not completely
It was worth over
satisfactory.
$100 million.
But I don't have any plans either.
Why was his Miami mansion being repossessed by the bank for non-payment?
Maybe he just didn't like it no
Birdman
more.
had purchased the home back in 2012 for $14.5 million.
Yeah.
Yet by 2017, a foreclosure suit had been filed.
I will say, what's up with like people's super rich mansions? Like, I'll be honest, this shit don't look fun. Like, am I supposed to like walk a mile to get to my bedroom?
by the bank and quote all personal items within
Like,
the
this shit is just one of those things that you just look at and you're like, that probably cost a lot. And then what? Triceratops Big John spent nearly 2 years in a warehouse because museums were too broke to afford the expense, and the buyer was agreeably surprised to land the biggest Triceratops by accident and stress buying. You know, it does sound kind of cool though. I don't know. I'm not hating on the dinosaurs, to be honest. I need the kind of money to stress buy dinosaurs. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying,
home,
yeah.
including platinum records gracing the walls, a pool table, and dozens of pairs of shoes were all confiscated and placed in storage. The mansion was eventually sold by the bank for $10.8
That's not bad.
million in July 2020.
No, I can't be yawning. I have coffee, dude.
However, Birdman's lawyer has come out to explain the foreclosure, stating that it was the result of illegal loan terms set by the bank, so perhaps take Birdman's bankruptcy with a grain of salt. However, there's no
I don't like walking up my stairs. I couldn't imagine living in a mansion. Serious. Oh, you know what we could watch? We could watch some of like the super rich people's mansions. Like celebrities fucking up houses too. They're so bizarre to the point where I'm like, you just did this for a show. There's no fucking way. There's no way. Because living in this would suck. There's like no human life. Okay. We'll do a monster. We'll do a monster. There's no way though that oh, I got a shoddy. I'd probably buy a house in a random suburb and live on a luxury RV. My goal would be no yawning. The whole rule, but it still applies. Yeah, it's true. You know, and it's funny too. I got this big ass coffee, still yawning. I don't know why. Wait, that's my BRB. That's my just chatting. There we go. My optimal place that I would live if I was stupid rich is I would have a custom built house in the woods, in the middle of nowhere, hopefully about an hour outside of a city. I'd want it to snow there sometimes, because I'd want the trees to have snow on them. I'd want a long driveway. And I'd want the driveway to be heated so I don't gotta shovel it. Maybe a generator. Maybe a solar panel. Maybe a bunker from when the world ends. I don't know. This stuff, though? Nah. This was pretty good. I feel like Monster tastes better when I'm not drinking it every day. You need to consider new problems. Weirdos trying to kidnap your ass at your place in the middle of nowhere. Ah, shoot, you're right. How did I get all that money, hey? Alright, fine. A security guard. A security guard, I guess. Maybe that's what I would need. We'll throw that in there too. But nah, I want to live in the middle of the woods. I don't want to live in a... Hearing people? Disgusting. Laser turrets solve that problem. I'll just set up some traps. My brain goes straight to Home Alone. But no, you're right. Depending on how you get popular, yeah, that's true. Or me, somebody finds that I'm fucking, like, living alone in the middle of the woods with just a fat stack of cash. I'm gonna get robbed.
Ambiguity around how T-Pain went broke, as he's now come on multiple podcasts to
honestly, that kind of sucks, because I like T-Pain. I thought he was pretty cool.
explain just how brutal his bankruptcy was. T-Pain had built up a net worth of over 40...
No Hills Have Eyes. Literally, my, like, least favorite, like, horror movie, because The Hills Have Eyes actually freaks me out so bad. It's like okay, it's actually my favorite because it scares me. But, yeah, it's my origin story of fear. Create traps, maiming, or killing people across. If it's private property... I'm pretty sure I can shoot someone if they're on private property, right?
$10 million.
What's the big deal if I create a... What is that?
At his peak in 2007, with all of his closest rap friends advising him that as long as he kept rapping, the money would keep on coming
Not necessarily.
in.
Everybody before me that I had to look up to, they were just like, no, this is great. Once you start rapping, it's just money all the time. Nothing bad's ever gonna happen. Your family's not gonna come after you. Just rap.
Yeah, that's the other thing I hear about. All of a sudden, it's like, oh, now I have a... That's Kyle, you can shoot. Doesn't even have to be private property anymore, eh? Dude, I really wish that, like, these people had, like, much better, like, advocates on their side, because he's totally right.
Swimming pools after this.
It's crazy, but T-Pain made bank on Twitch. Honestly, good, because I feel like a lot of them do not fucking deserve to, like, end up in such a shitty situation. They got hella lucky, they made a fucking bank, and then nobody told them what to do with the money. So they were like, well, shit, everybody else is spending their money, I'ma do that. And then they get left, like, fucking hung out to dry. That sucks so
For
bad.
this reason, his spending began to get out of control.
I bought my
Shouldn't have said.
Bugatti.
He bought it for $2.1 million.
$2.1 million.
Oh, no. Buy something with passive income. Invest it.
All they gave you is $800,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly why you don't buy fucking cars like that. You buy the car, you drive it off the lot, you lost money. You
It was
pissed
like
it away.
renting a car for $1.3 million.
Yeah.
Yes.
With the purchase of his Bugatti accompanying a $400,000 chain and houses for his workmates.
I got this house I want to get. I got this other house for my assistants and, you know, all my runners and my producers and stuff.
That's why Lil Dicky wrote God Save That Money.
So we bought a house.
True.
And we just started going crazy with the money. I wasn't paying attention to it.
Which was extra.
Maybe also the issue... See, maybe these guys just don't need to be surrounded by so many yes men, and they needed to be surrounded by somebody that says, no, dog, what the fuck are you doing?
As T-Pain never even checked in on how much money he...
I feel like I'm a great influence. Like, every person I've been with, I usually help them fucking, like, quadruple their savings, at the very least, because I'm so just, like, into fucking, like, get your shit together. This...
had.
What the
I didn't
hell,
wanna know
dude?
Because I was led to believe that it's only gonna grow. Because these rappers told me that I'm just gonna make money forever. It's just gonna keep going up.
And he had so many hits,
In the
too.
process, T-Pain began to create less music, and within a few years, his accountant was advising him that he was almost out of money.
My accountant was like, dude, you're like out of money. And I was like, no, I'm not.
And while T-Pain seemed confident that he had plenty of cash left, reality set in for
That
him after he had to
sucks.
borrow money just
That's my face. That's how I feel right now. I'm like, how? Thank you so much for the subby unspoken. Is much appreciated. Thank you, thank you. Unfortunately, the best life advices are consequences. Mary Chrysler, thank you, thank you. We're gonna find out. Friends with accounting benefits. Yeah, yes, I'm that person. I remember I had one friend and he would regularly like drop like $100, $200 on like sushi every week. And I'm like, dude, you deliver food for a living. Why are you spending $600 a month on sushi? What? Huh? What? This makes no sense at all. Like, especially when usually the argument I have too is like, if you spend a little less money, you will have so much more time. Why? You know? Merry Christmas. That's what that reminds me too, for real. Looking rich people holding on TikTok is why slavery should never make a comeback. I don't even think it's that hard to be rich now. I feel like the new rich is to just look like you don't own anything. But like, there's ways to go about it that like I feel like is just kept on the down low. It's like school. It's like education, right? There's ways to get an education without literally like selling your fucking soul to debt. But like if people knew about it, then they would get fucked. Like they wouldn't make money anymore, and the whole point is to completely fucking get people with that. How to live within their means. It should be part of homie. It's like, yeah, it's like college, same thing. I've helped a lot of my friends get like at least close to not having college debt because I'm like, here's information. This is what you can do. This is where you should go. Don't go to a fucking university on like your first year. Get all your basic shit done, and then if you really want the name, go at like the least possible time. It's crazy. Wealth costs dignity, integrity, or time. It's true. It's true. So that's very valid. But yeah, in-state schools, yeah, totally. But then people are told like, well, you'll have better, it's like, don't go to a university unless you want the networking. And even then, don't go to a university unless like it depends on like the fucking degree you're going into. Like you want to be a big hotshot doctor? Okay. It might stroke somebody's ego on your application, I guess. But like for a job, they just want to know you can do the shit. They like half the time, they don't even care if you have a fucking degree. They just want you to be able to do it. Like, it's dumb.
Food.
When you say you was broke, was you at like $0 broke?
I like had to borrow money to get my kids Burger King.
What's the most you ever had in the bank at one time?
40 million.
However, T-Pain was
Ooh. Oh my god.
lucky to get away with a loss of only 40 million as the final person on our
No.
This makes this number look like loose
No.
change.
50
50 didn't only
Cent.
release the
Come on. I constantly cut and size down. Even the best teachers cannot do shit if all the means to provide education should dry up. Yeah.
10th best-selling American hip-hop album of all time, but he also made over
I mean, hell, the boy was even an actor too. I mean, he's had some decent 50 Cent had a video game.
$100 million on a vitamin water investment, plus a further $78 million from a luxury.
Okay, I hear investments though. I'm hearing investments, and that's something. That's something. I see it attempts to fund its schools via state. I didn't know that. Why did we do that?
Underwear deal. In the late 2000s, 50 Cent made an estimated $300 million in only 2 years.
God. He even marketed getting shot 9 times. Oh my god. Usher isn't here with the amount of lawsuits because he knowingly spread his STDs. What? What? No! What the fuck is everyone doing? This is so sad.
So when he'd announced that he was filing for bankruptcy in mid-2015, with debts totaling over $32 million, the entire world was thinking the same thing. How did this happen?
Yeah, how?
Well, after 50 Cent uploaded a sex tape with Rick Ross's
What?
girlfriend, 50 was successfully sued for $7 million.
50 Cent has a sex tape? Hold the fuck up. Wait, I need to hear that one more time.
The entire world was thinking the same thing. How did this happen?
Yeah.
Well, after 50 Cent uploaded a sex tape with Rick Ross's girlfriend, 50 was successful.
These people lost more than I've ever made. If you're rich enough, you can put on the condom afterwards. Not sure. Just not sure. Don't take my word for it. Literally just don't have 17 kids like DMX. If you don't want kids, just get the vasectomy, dog. Or have your couple kids that you want, then get the vasectomy, because you can, there's a good chance it can get reversed, maybe. You certainly can't reverse fucking owing women like multiple millions of dollars every year in child support. But yeah, I totally agree. These amounts of money are so crazy. Like, if I had $1 million, fuck, if I had $500,000, I could easily be able to get like enough passive income and just like 2 or 3 like properties alone to be like, that's a good income. I don't understand. I don't understand this at all. Like, where I live, $1 million, you could probably get at least like 6 properties. Let's say maybe 5 properties. They're gonna be nice, and then you're good. You're good. What could you do with a $250,000? I mean, shit. I mean, even that's the same. Like, my goal is I want to get a multi-family home. Gonna live in it for like a year or 2, and then after that, you rent it out, and then you get your own home, and then you have the passive income. Because I mean, shoot, having like, let's say like $4 grand, right? $4 grand in like passive income with like your properties, like, isn't that hard to do? And then you can just be like a fucking halfway decent like landlord that, you know, fixes shit, and then like you don't have to morally feel bad about it. But you can live off of it, and I don't understand. I don't understand. Like, I loved renting. Like, when you get a good landlord, being a landlord is awesome, especially for somebody like me who I've just never been able to figure out like a permanent place I want to stay. If the landlord's good, love renting. It's so cool. It's awesome. Works out for everybody. But like, holy hell. Holy hell. Forever Filthy Rich set up a whole company or group of companies in order to generate reliable passive income, just in case you... Like, I mean, yeah, I want to be able to have enough passive income where I'm like, I can afford to get depressed for 3 months. That's what, you know.
For 7
like,
million, which accompanied another court order for 50 Cent to pay.
Like, oh my goodness gracious. Like, I literally, like, where I live, I was looking at properties. I seen one where it cost $200K, and it was 5 properties, like, all near each other, so they were, like, smaller houses, but there was, like, 5 houses on a lot for, like, $200K, and it had $30,000 a year in, like, just passive income from just people who were already living there. So if you spend $200K, and then you'll start making $30,000 a year after that, even if you don't do the whole, like, I'm gonna take a loan out on this, and then just, like, keep, like, house hacking and stacking it, it'd be completely paid off in a couple years, and then you would just have that. That's a steal. I know, right? I know. And there's a lot of stuff like that, at least around where I live. It's insane. I'd have bought that and lived in a tent. Right? Like, I don't... Honestly, I miss living in my nice rooms because I didn't have to shovel or fix anything. It's the pros and cons. It's the pros and cons, right? I always liked having rentals because they seemed like the few experiences I did have, they were cheaper than complexes at the time. And I usually had good landlords, especially because I'd get them off of like Craigslist or something. And so they would like respond to you more. And because they weren't taking care of like fucking hundreds of people, they just had like 5 properties. We were cool with each other, you know? Like, I'm a good tenant. I pay you on time. We're good. We're friends. We're dogs. Thanks so much for letting me have a place to stay that's not in a complex. Like, it was all cool. Has no business sense, and like many celebs at this time was used to launch a launch product with high load of mediocre hardware, resulting in kind of... You know, I'm surprised the vitamin water thing didn't work out, though, because vitamin water's still huge. You know?
17 million to to a headphone manufacturer after one of their collabs went sour. 50 Cent's clothing company G-Unit Clothing then fell out of the spotlight.
I've never heard of that in my life.
Of his movie company G-Unit Productions, as well as his boxing company SMS Promotions. Throughout the whole process, the global...
You know, it's funny because I'm always hoping the best for them, even though I know what this video is, but I'm hoping the best.
On the value of 50 Cent's investments, and by 2015, he was earning a comparatively small $185,000 per month.
Oh, darn. Only $185,000. How could someone live on that? That's like somebody's multiple years of income. And he makes that in a month. And that was a measly amount? What? And I don't think like half of these rappers started out with like crazy rich families. I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine. Was there very mechanically inclined? What kind of the profits from the 3-unit apartment building were selling? That's probably while I was unemployed for a year. My main issue was that the building didn't have the utilities separated, so one tenant could jack the utilities. Couldn't you do something about that though? They walked so Logan Paul scams could run off. I could understand that being the... Usually with that, I feel like unless somebody's like super crazy about it, you would just make the rent slightly higher and say utilities are included. And I guess if somebody went like psycho about it, then that would be like something to address at the time. But how would you separate that? I don't know off the top of my head. It's probably something I would look into.
You could certainly argue that this was enough of 50.
But that's my idea. I think that would be super cool to do. Make it that way.
Get back on his feet. However, $108,000 of this monthly income was going toward an 18-bedroom.
Being a landlord's hard though, because you also have to be wanting to interacting with people and also sometimes be willing to be kind of a dick depending on the tenant. A separate meter maybe? My thought was I wasn't sure how intrusive it would be. You know what I mean? Like how expensive would it be initially to like see when it would like long term make sense, you know?
Mega mansion. While
especially if a bunch of shit has to get like rewired and switched.
The remaining $77,000 was going toward menial expenses such as his gardener.
Oh, well, at least he's paying his gardener good, you know?
With bankruptcy documents revealing that 50 Cent still owed money to his stylist, fitness coach, and even his barber. Despite this, he began to troll on social media with posts such as this one, spelling out the word broke with $100 bills, and within 2 years, 50 Cent had paid back $23 million worth of his $32 million debt.
Good job. Good. Okay, good. That's good to hear. Their family's enabled the worst impulse to keep the meal ticket, like a British footballer. Mr. cheating on his wife, had an affair with his brother's wife, and the entire family sided with him over his brother because... I'm trying to say that right? Yeah, that's true. This reminds me a lot of, like, fucking Lil Xan. You remember Lil Xan? I don't know if you guys do. He had, like, 3 apartments that he was renting. He was, like, paying for one for his mom, one for the hoes, and then like one for himself, and he had like a shit ton of cars, lost all of his fucking money. He was like the same kid that like pulled a gun on somebody and they just laughed at him, like how embarrassing.
50 Cent eventually got back to zero, and according to Google, has built up a net worth of $40 million.
Yes! 50 Cent did it! Good! I'm so good for him. Go off. Hell yeah.
The last 5 years.
I'm glad that one of these stories was good. Oh, dumbest lottery winners? That's kind of under the same vein. I might like this too, actually. We'll watch this one too. They have to be separated independently. It wasn't built that way. Right, and the walls are stone, so it was too difficult for my father and I to do a lesson learned. For things to look out for when buying a property. Very true. Once I get into the financial area of doing it, I'm probably going to be like a information junkie. I have a couple books already on it, but yeah, I'm gonna fill my brain with all of the information I need to know. Sounds old as fuck. Yeah. I'll say growing up, I think the house I lived in was built in like the 1920s or 30s. I also had a problem evicting people. See, now that's that's the trick. That's the trickery right there. If you're not able to evict people, then it's gonna be hard. Yeah, it's like a balance, right? You're super nice to people that don't screw you over, and people who do kind of screw you over, you have to be like there you go. Hire someone else to be the bad guy. Corrupted 2 FIFA officials have apartments in New York for their pets. I always imagine that when I died, if I ever had a shit ton of money, I'd be the kind of person that like leaves a will out to my animals. Be like, and then all my money goes to my one cat. Make sure this cat lives until I die. And then once my cat passes away, just give the rest of it to somebody I care about, I guess. I don't know.
£1 lottery ticket in the bin to spend.
I'll be honest, I don't like saying like £3 million for money confuses my brain. Was on this stream we saw British debt collectors. We talked about British debt collectors. I remember we distinctly talked about it because I remember you said you were watching it. I think you might have even put it in the Discord, but I don't know if we watched it live on stream. Well, the sheriff usually evicts people. Yeah, I think it's maybe like the serving the notice, or in this case, it's probably also maybe for Iron Hand, like the idea of being like, damn, if I evict these people, where are they gonna go? And then there's like that whole thing of like, well, what if they're just down on their luck, you know? And maybe they just need some more time. Like, it's the optimistic perception, I think, that can sometimes make it hard, where when you're in business, it is hard to always be optimistic, because there's plenty of nice people, there's plenty of people who do eventually make it up, but then there's also a lot of people who are just assholes.
An entire $16 million
it's hard to
prize
gauge.
In under 90 days. These are the absolute dumbest lottery winners of all.
I'm excited. I'm so excited. I will say, I feel like, can lottery winners stay anonymous, or do they have to release their information?
Time, beginning with Jose.
I wouldn't tell nobody. I wouldn't tell no one at all.
Antonio Quartov,
no way.
Almost lost his entire lottery fortune after getting someone else to claim the money for him.
Why would he do that? Depends on the state. Some forced it public. See, that's ridiculous. You shouldn't be forced public. It's like, you really want a target on my head? Only had to fire a couple of people the second time was considerably easier than the first. It's one of those things that I guess you get used to, right? You get numb to stuff eventually.
You see,
first you have to sue them in small claims court and get a judgment. You can use the judgment to garnish wages, but you will be stunned at the amount of reasons why people are collection proof. Always do background checks if you're the owner. Occupying, you can decline based on any reason, which I could not do. What? Iron Hand? No. What do you mean? What do you mean? You couldn't decline somebody? How would they even know? How would you even know? How? So what you're saying is you need to be around someone who's meaner. Oh, that's funny. An ID or personal information for the lottery, but when you do, when losing the ticket is a non-issue. Okay.
when Jose won the $750,000 jackpot,
you can do so much. You can do so much, Jose. So much. You're set. You would be okay.
2010, he was living in the US illegally. So
no, Jose, no. No. I'd be pissed. Are you
Jose
kidding
asked
me?
his boss to claim the prize on his behalf, as he feared he couldn't claim the money without potential.
I wouldn't trust a single soul with that amount of money. Are you kidding me? Kept renting to people who would pay 1 month and float until the system brought the sheriff to the door. Iron Hand, are you a bad judge of character? I don't know how you could do it. I didn't realize how many people live that way. I always expect the worst. I've never heard of somebody doing that, but I feel like it's like the same thing where, like, personally for me, if somebody didn't show up to, like, give me their, like, apartment application like they were doing a fucking job interview, I don't think I'd rent to them. To be honest. Like, I need, like, your best face forward. That's why anytime I go for an apartment, I look like a fucking professional. Because I'm like, this is an important professional transaction. I must know. Because that's crazy. Crazy. Also, I feel like if I kept getting shit on like that, it would also depend, because a lot of places I know, they also are like, you need first and last month's rent for the deposit, right? Which I'm assuming is also to cover their asses in case, like, you skip a payment, so they're not out on too much money, because what is it, like, after 30 days? Can you do legal stuff? I don't know. I don't know when that period is, but it's crazy. Make them show me, like, a pay stub. I mean, shit, you could even probably, yeah. It's honestly why I also sometimes am like, you want to see my, like, my bank accounts? I literally have enough money in cash right now to, like, pay this whole year's rent if I need to. We'll drag their feet through the entire legal process and dodge you like the plague in order to not be served on eviction notices. You know what's also funny? I used to help serve papers to people. And, that shit gets kind of chaotic. Finding people's locations, talking to them, being like, well, where did you last see them? Serving papers there, getting more copies of paper and serving papers? Holy hell, dude. They damaged the place in the whale, and it's not technically illegal. That's why people have a shit ton on deposits now, I bet. I remember when deposits used to be like a month deposit, but I've literally seen like first month, last month, plus like cleaning or something. Only once did I get a police report when they intentionally destroyed a bathtub. That's so weird. I don't know how you could not have... Oh my god. I'm surprised there's not like a landlord's like mini group that like... Here's my other question though. I can't imagine that's like... Right, yeah, meth heads, honestly, because my other thought would be, usually if you have an eviction notice, it's the people who would have past eviction notices, right? Like, you could see that they've been evicted prior, because it doesn't seem like something that somebody would do, like, as, like, a first-time thing, right?
Actually facing legal trouble and deportation. This works...
I don't think I'd rent to somebody with an eviction, to be honest. Unless, like, I was getting, like, paid upfront, like, a decent amount.
Out perfectly until Jose's boss began to falsely state that he was the one who had actually purchased the ticket.
Well, of course. Duh.
Taking legal action against his boss was risky, given Jose wasn't supposed to be in the country at all. However, given he had security camera footage of him purchasing the ticket, Jose did so and was able to prove that he was the rightful...
That's insane. Do background checks the hard way. Always. Always. By how much effort addicted people can provide in order to deceive and to lie for a roof over their heads. I don't rent to people with a criminal record. I mean, shit, and the thing too that I feel like also sucks, right, is like, so you start out with like as like a nice landlord, and then you just get fucked in the ass so many times that you start to just be like, fine, fuck it, I will be super uptight about it. And then it's like, I mean, it makes sense.
Owner to the $750,000 prize. Only $250,000 this went to taxes.
Yep.
Another $250,000 was spent on court fees.
Okay.
Throughout the legal process, Jose was jailed for drunk driving.
No, Jose! Jose, no! No! Can't lie about court records. It's true. That's
was
true.
Deported back to Guatemala as soon as he won the court case. However, at least Jose Antonio Quult got to keep some of his winnings, as Denise Rossi wasn't so fortunate.
Damn, that sucks.
When Denise wanted Jack...
Hopefully he did some smart stuff with it, though. I wonder how much that would get you in Guatemala.
Back in 1996, she'd been married...
I broke the other direction, just decided it wasn't for me. Sold it to my dad on a land contract. He didn't fare much better, though. That's the property we have to... Sue to sell right now. Okay. Oh gosh. Alright. Well, I guess we'll see how I fare then. I think I'll do pretty decent. I'd like to think so. I feel like if it comes to somebody fucking me over in money, though, I would become an asshole really quickly. Like, if you were like, yeah, well, this person owes you $2,000, I'd be like, well, fuck them then. Like, damn, within the last 5 years or ongoing. Oh, yeah, right? $1,000,000%. $1,000,000%.
For over 25 years, yet their relationship was apparently lacking in transparency, as Denise didn't tell her husband about the win, and instead filed for divorce only a...
Oh, no. IMVU? Like the chatting platform? So instead of telling her husband she won the money, she just said, fuck this guy. Well then, okay, well then to be fair, before cashing in the money, she should have filed for a divorce and then cashed it, right? Gotta whip out that eviction notice. Then they pay you real fast, and it's true. You just gotta be kind of cutthroat about it. Like, yeah, well, I ain't playing any games, so fuck
11
on.
days after buying the lucky ticket. I was afraid to tell Thomas because I knew he would try to take the money away from me. I went to the lottery commission office and told them I was married but
They told me to file before I got my first check. Makes sense. I believe that the lottery winnings were separate property because they were a gift. Denise filed a petition for dissolution of marriage. Yeah, right.
divorce. They told me to file before I got my first check, which I did. Denise was initially successful in hiding money from her now ex-husband, as for a whole 2 years after their divorce, Thomas had no idea that Denise had ever won the lottery. However, in May 1999, a letter was sent to Thomas's home address, asking if Denise was interested in a lump sum buyout of her lottery.
You can always do a drive-by to scare tenderly, but this has more problems. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Winnings. This was the first Thomas knew about the lottery prize. He confirmed that Denise was a winner with the...
This is also why I always have a rule of thumb that if you're ever gonna get married, even if you're poor, always get a prenup. You never know what's gonna happen.
California lottery, and
You
given
never
they were
know.
still married at the time of the win, Thomas launched a lawsuit stating that he was entitled to half of the
Hire a hitman.
prize money.
That's a
The judge
joke in
specifically
Minecraft.
found
That's a joke in Minecraft.
that Denise's failure to disclose the lottery winnings constituted fraud, oppression, and malice, and as a result, the trial court awarded Thomas 100% of the lottery winnings, which left Denise with less than nothing, considering she also had to pay for her own legal fees. However, Denise's loss of $1.3 million was still nothing in comparison.
He got all of the money? Why? Why? What?
Comparison to evil.
Too much nervous laughter for that to be a Minecraft joke. I can't fucking believe he got all of the money. Oh my god. I was expecting it to be a split, to be honest. I was expecting it to be a 50-50 split. 100% is absolutely insane. Yeah, it is legal for landlords to remove doors, locks, or windows. Is very effective when you need people out. I mean, that honestly, Dance, that makes sense. I mean, yeah. No, that honestly sucks nuts, dude. That ain't right. That ain't right. I mean, sure. Maybe she was being a bit of a dick that she made a shit. She won a fortune and then divorced him and left his ass. That's kind of a shitty thing to do. But at that fucking rate, I don't know, maybe a 50-50 split. She pays his, like, court fees. We call it a day. Like, come on.
Evelyn Adams.
Yeah, no, she got...
The luckiest woman in America, Evelyn Adams became the first...
She won it twice?
first person in human history...
Dude. I would say I would go to the casino, but shit, she doesn't need to.
Twice, initially for $3.9 million in October 1985, before winning another $1.4 million only 4 months later.
I'd be convinced that I was a god. Honestly. That's too lucky. Those odds are insane.
With the probability of this win being approximately 1 in 17.3 trillion, Evelyn seemed to realize that she had no lottery luck left by stating that she was going to quit playing and instead began to buy various businesses, including the convenience store where the lucky tickets had been purchased.
Okay.
While you could argue that this was a smart move, Evelyn still hadn't fixed her gambling problem, and instead of
Addiction always gets
buying
ya.
more lottery tickets, she instead took the rest of her winnings to the Atlantic City casinos, where
I was wrong. She shouldn't go to the casinos. I was wrong. She followed my gut advice. It was bad. It was bad. Luther, GG to the dude for getting all the money. Oh no. I would disappear, honestly. It is illegal, hiding money and divorce. That's why people kill spouses. Judges and juries will strip you bare and destroy you if this is found out. If anybody accused you of having main character syndrome, you can just point out your lottery tickets. Yes, yeah. 173 trillion odds? No, I would totally have had an ego. I would have an ego for sure. I'd be like, I'm literally the luckiest person alive. That's me. And then I'd disappear into the woods.
Where she lost her entire remaining fortune to the slot.
Oh, that hurts me. That hurts me so bad. That is so sad. It's the worst, to be honest, when it's like, and then they had a crippling addiction, and they ruined their lives, and I'm like, God.
Without any money left, her business.
I guess that makes sense, but like, what do you do in that situation? And prove that she was not. That's the trick, right? You never know when to stop when you're ahead, yeah? I guess that's how you win the lottery, right? My brain's just like, I ain't gonna fucking win the lottery, so I never play the lottery.
Businesses failed one after the other. And by
that sucks. That sucks. And she died screaming, just like,
in 2012, Evelyn was living in a trailer park while...
There's nothing wrong with trailer parks. Some trailers are pretty snazzy, okay? I won the American dream, but I lost it too. That is the American dream. Runs into the woods with all that money to buy him nothing. Why did her businesses fail through? I mean, it sounds like Unspoken. She just bought some shitty, like, stores. Like, just, like, random, like, mom and pop shops, which, like, I don't know if just buying a store really makes it a good investment, right? Buy pizza. Your pizza places make decent money. But yes, I'd run it to the woods, and then I would spend my money on, I don't know, other properties and a really baller-ass house that no one else knows about but me.
To the media, winning the lottery isn't...
Buy it in some state where everything's literally, like, dirt cheap. Just buy yeah, honestly, fast food franchises, can't go wrong with that.
What it's cracked up to.
Well, I'm not a business advisor. I need like a disclaimer on my channel at all time. Anything that I say, I cannot be held accountable for.
Kelly Rogers likely had a similar outlook, as after winning over £1.8 million at the age of only 16.
Yo, that's epic! I thought she looked hella young. Pretty sure there's a Minnesota case about a husband divorcing his wife with $500,000 hidden. He used the money to build a small restaurant empire, and the judge demanded 50% of all benefits since the divorce. What? Plus 20% of all benefits as punitive damage. Dude had to pay decades worth of money before the year ended? Honestly? I'm not gonna finish that sentence, but...
Her life was
damn it.
Initially, Kelly stated, I will not go wild and spend loads.
I don't believe you.
I'm gonna take some advice and see an accountant.
It sounds good. It's sounding real good. Put a little in Minecraft bubble on screen next time. Yes,
hopefully
yeah.
It'll make us all comfortable. I want to help my family, but I won't change.
Maybe the best advice is to say, you know what? If I won $1 million, I definitely change. But hopefully I don't turn full asshole.
I just want a normal home, nothing posh. I just want a normal car as well.
Let's not kid ourselves here. Let's not kid ourselves
However,
here.
as soon...
She went wild. Prediction. Oh, yeah. Oh, hell yeah.
Received the money. Kelly instead spent $11,500.
2 boob jobs? What? Kelly, no. Or Callie, no. No. Come on. You're only 16, dude. Relax a little. Come on. Give us some time.
Are you sure about that?
Are you sure about that? Oh, no. Holy shit. Okay. 2 tit jobs. You're jumping the gun, but alright. Clothes. Goddamn. Makeup and tattoos. Okay, let's take it slow. The first one wasn't enough. Try, honestly. Just do prenups, folks. Don't get shafted. That's what I'm saying. No matter what, always get a prenup. Because guess what? If you guys are really liking each other because you like each other, then the prenup's never gonna have to be used. And that's why I don't understand why people are so against them. Because if you actually like them, then it's not an issue. Two boob jobs though, yeah. Didn't get right the first time, I guess.
2 boob jobs.
Dudes would bang anything with a vagina. I am disappointed. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
300,000 pounds on clothes, makeup, and tattoos, as well as
I honestly, I feel like even that's a little high, Dance. I don't even think it would require that.
85,000 pounds on top of the range sports cars. Kelly spent a further 250,000 pounds on holidays to local.
What is everyone doing? What is everyone doing? Prenups are akin to love condoms. Yeah.
Including Mexico and Euro Disney. 118,000 pounds on gifts to former boyfriends.
I also don't like that this is pluralized. Buy one nice car. Maybe 2 nice cars. I don't see a house anywhere here. Where's the house? Huh? Too much money spent there for the boob jobs. She's only 16. Why you need to buy new titties right away? Wait like a couple decades. Damn, and then when your shit's old, buy new titties. It's fine. So how did she go? I'm not wilding out to just going. Yeah, she sought a surgical solution to a confidence issue. This never ends well. God, just buy a fucking water bra. Come on, dude. Also, I got an idea. Usually, it's easier to have titties, if you just gain weight. She had more fat on her body since she was pretty fucking scrawny. A water bra? Have you ever seen a water bra? Hold on. Bigger tits and term. Oh my god. Oh my god. I've heard that on so much red pill shit, Dance, it's not even funny. Well, if we just started impregnating girls when they were younger, they would have those kinds of bodies instead of needing to get plastic surgery. Jesus. We're looking at my face because I don't need to be looking up something and then I'm gonna get fucking flagged. What a hand washer. No. Here we go. Here we go. Is this safe? Is this safe for work? Here we go. Here we go. This is fine. Don't call me red pill. Not you, but I've heard like weird shit. Like the same shit where they're like, the reason why I'm attracted to 15-year-olds is because of, and then they just go on a fucking weird thing. Not me, disclaimer. That's a quote. And then they say shit like, and then if you just get them pregnant, then they'll have those bodies that all these women keep getting plastic surgery for. And it's like, anyway, this is a water bra. It's literally like filled with fucking water to make them look like you have like big old titties. And they like move and shit because it's water. It's basically a water bed or a water bed for your boobs. Now you know. You could be getting lied to. There you go. But no, you're not red pill, Dance. It just reminds you of some nasty shit. Advanced boob stuffing. Exactly. They really trick you, you know? Monkey civilization, yeah. But no, that's what that reminded me of. And I'm like, okay, you know what maybe would give people a more womanly figure? If we didn't tell women they had to weigh 100 pounds. Just an idea. Just a thought. It's almost like boobs are made out of fat. Crazy.
190,000 pounds in unreturned loans to friends and family members.
I can barely tolerate children speaking. I can't imagine myself being intimate with one. I don't know if I didn't finish that sentence. I don't know. It's kind of a weird... Like, I remember when I was younger, like, even in my teens, I feel like I still like people that were older. And now that I'm older, I still like people that are older. Like, even the idea of, like, interacting with somebody who's 18 weirds me out. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know how somebody can be like, oh, I totally still like them, fucking wheeze. Like, what the fuck are you gonna talk about? Like, I can't even imagine me interacting with a 14-year-old dude. I'd probably sound like a fucking boomer. Like, what? Water bra is a tactical assault armor based. Major defense. In the cold, it's extra protective. Exactly.
And £50,500 on solicitor's fees,
Solicitor's fees?
all of which being purchased while she was still in.
Can I say something that... I don't know if this is gonna be rude. I'd buy new teeth. If I was her, I would have bought new teeth. I would have a perfect fucking grill, dude. Perfect teeth. That's what I would have bought. When I hear younglings speak about stuff they cannot or do not understand, and love above else is triggering me, like, bitch, you know shit about life or love, yeah. Yeah, I would have bought new teeth. That's what I would have bought.
High school.
Shit, I don't know, maybe a new nose or
Kelly did
something?
make a few
I don't
smart
know.
purchases, such as an £180,000 bungalow.
Good. Good. Okay. Too young for a boob job, but fix that snaggletooth? Yes. Yeah. If I had her teeth, I would have got all my teeth replaced. And then I'd have perfect fucking teeth, you know? The kind of teeth that says, I most certainly paid for my smile right now. Mm-hmm. That's what I would have did. Boob job? Nah, it's fine. Teeth, though? You can tell a lot about someone based on their teeth.
And a $96,000
But at least they got houses. I will say I don't hate these as much.
for her mum. However, by the end of the year, Kelly was
Dating a string of gold-digging boyfriends. You know how you prevent that? You don't tell people about your money. 17 years old. I mean, fuck, you heard... I mean, it said she spent like $200,000